Okay, this is in response of, can government make you stay in your house? Can they order you to stay in your house? Can they order you not to go to church? Let's find out. The Constitution of the United States of America. The Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to these rights governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that's the people. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. You get that? When government gets out of control, it's not just your right, it's your duty to abolish it. Article 6, paragraph 2. This is known as the Supremacy Clause. This is very important. You should memorize this. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. Notwithstanding is a legal term, meaning it doesn't have legs to stand on in court. So anything that's in violation or repugnant to the Constitution has no force of law. It purports to exist as if it never were written. That's also Marbury versus Madison. That's 5 U.S. 137. That's a Supreme Court case. Okay. Amendment 1, which is actually Article 1. The first 10 amendments are actually articles. They were written, and I won't get into that, but anyways. Okay, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So how can they tell you can't go to church? What did we say earlier? Anything that's in conflict or repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. It bears no obligation to obey. They have no obligation to enforce it. No judges are bound to uphold it. That's Marbury versus Madison. Also, go back to Article 6, paragraph 2. Anything that's in conflict with the Constitution is not law. So how are they doing it? They're doing it because they want to, and because you don't know. You don't know your rights. If you don't know your rights, you have no rights. Amendment 5. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on the presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. Okay, if you're pulled over and they ask you, where are you headed? Where are you going? Why are you out this time of night? None of your damn business to start with, but you have the right not to incriminate yourself. You don't have to answer these questions. Hand them your driver's license, hand them your proof of insurance, let them do what they want to do, but don't incriminate yourself by giving them anything to hold against you. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. That's not might be, could be. It says can and will. One example, get pulled over. Where are you headed? I'm headed to Birmingham. Where are you coming from? Atlanta. Step out of the car. I'm going to search it. You get to court. Judge asks the cop, during the traffic stop, was there anything that made you suspicious? Yes, sir, there was. He said, what was it? Well, he said he's headed to Birmingham. Anything else? Yeah, he said he's coming from Atlanta. Well, what made you suspicious about that? Well, Birmingham's a known drug location. anything else? Yeah, Atlanta's a known drug location. Keep your mouth shut. Don't answer questions. These people are not honorable. Nor be deprived of life, liberty. There's that word again, liberty. You don't have in America, you don't have freedom. You have liberty. They're not the same thing. Nowhere are you going to find where they give you freedom. That's in songs. That's a term used to make you feel good. But when you get down to the brass tacks, you have liberty, which is not the same as freedom. When I was in the Navy, pulled into port, I got to leave the ship. I had liberty. I had to go out, had to act right, had certain rules to follow, and I had to report back to the ship. I didn't have freedom. I had liberty. Okay, deprived of liberty or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. But there you have liberty. They can't take your liberty from you, not because of a pandemic, not because of police powers, and I'll get to that in a minute, but no law that they make that's in violation or that's repugnant to the Constitution is law. It purports to exist if it never were written. No judge is bound to uphold it. No citizens are bound to obey it. That's Marbury versus Madison, or the Supremacy Clause. Okay, police powers. They say, okay, well, we have police powers. We have the right to keep you in your house. For police powers. You can't go to church. We're declaring police powers. The definition of police powers. This is from a legal dictionary. Now, you're being controlled by words to start with, and if a word they have. Let me start. They have a different set of rules. You have no idea that even exists. You think words are defined in Webster's dictionary or Merriam's dictionary, but when you go to court, they're in a totally different dictionary. It's Black's Law, Bouvier's Law Dictionary, one of the two, or there's probably others, but it's law dictionaries. If a word is defined in a legal dictionary, it does not mean what you think it means. Okay, we're getting back to police powers. Black's Law Dictionary defined, and I can't remember. I have to look it up. I can't remember which volume. I think there's seven different volumes. But Black's Law Dictionary defines police powers as the law of eminent domain in the state or political domain to enact laws for the common good and welfare and to curb crime. Okay, that sounds pretty good. But the last sentence of the definition in big, bold letters says within constitutional limitations. See 10th Amendment. Okay, within constitutional limitations. So police powers does not do away with the Constitution. They cannot do what they're doing. They will if you don't know and if you don't fight back. Turn your damn television off. It's called television programming. Whose vision are they telling? It's definitely not the vision that our forefathers intended. Turn your television off. You're not going to find the truth on there. Open a book. I picked this up at Cracker Barrel for $2. This right here controls everything that they're doing. This does not control you. I don't have constitutional rights. I have unlimited, unalienable rights. I don't have constitutional rights. I don't claim to be a U.S. citizen, a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. I get to that in another video. But the Constitution refers to we the people. The Bible says God created man. All I claim to be is a man or a people. I don't claim to be a person. I don't claim to be anything but a people or a man. But turn your television off, get a book, start off with the Constitution, open it up, read it, study it, and quit letting them do what they're doing. They have no right to do what they're doing. Thanks for listening.